And remember, I told you that I believe that we live on top of this convex lens Earth, and that this is the narrow gate back to heaven, the silver cord, the hyaloid canal. Well, we have an eclipse coming up. And I thought to myself, God is amazing. And if in fact we do live on top of the convex lens of the inner eye, then in fact there should be some kind of analogy to an eclipse. And lo and behold, there is. What I want you to do next is I want you to close your right eye. Yes, close your right eye. And I want you to stare at the L on your screen. And I want you to move your screen closer or further away from your eye, and you will see the R disappear as you were staring at the L with your left eye and your right eye closed. You just witnessed an eclipse of your eye. Now, why does this happen? It is because there is an area called the optic disc. It is where all the nerve fibers come in through the back of your eye. And curiously, blue bloods don't have this blind spot because their nerve fibers enter behind the rods and cones, whereas ours enter in front of the rods and cones. More confirmation. But this is what causes the blind spot. The absence of rods and cones to pick up the image, and your brain can trick your eyes into seeing the images. But lo and behold, you have a blind spot, as we just demonstrated, an eclipse of the eye. So I decided to take this further, and I realized that the disc is exactly what an eclipse is. It is a disc. And when I dug deeper, I was simply blown away, because there is such a thing as a crescent of the optic nerve head, as you're seeing right here. Yes, it is a crescent moon. So now we have what you're looking at here is what seems to be an eclipse in progress. At the base of your eye, where the hyaloid canal, the narrow gate, would have entered this exact spot. And there is where you will find the truth. As we've just demonstrated, the road to everlasting life is narrow. The gate is narrow, and few find it. Now you know the truth about where we live. Right down here. And this is the eclipse of the eye. Pearls before swine. The place called Peniel, where Jacob saw the face of God. The pearls of the gates of the new heaven. What do all these scriptures really mean? Here's what we know. Pearl will form the gates in heaven, one at each of the 12 gates. So, pearls must be clean things if they are forming the gates of heaven. We also know that Jacob talked about the gates of heaven and laying his head down on a stone and waking up from a dream state. And we know that the pineal gland regulates REM sleep and your circadian rhythm. And in Jacob's dream, he saw the gate of heaven, a ladder of angels ascending and descending, the gates of pearls. Since these pearls form the gates of heaven, they must be clean. We also know that the new heavenly city will be a cube, 12,000 furlongs squared. It is a cube. So now the question becomes, how did the Bible know, long before they had microscopes, that the nacreous layers of a pearl were made out of 3D cubes? We all know how they knew, but some are still unconvinced. What you're looking at are microscopic images of pearl nacre, the outer layer of the pearl. You will notice the perfect hexagonal shapes that form the layers, the same shapes seen in the column basalt rock beneath our feet, all around the world. Pearls are made of calcium carbonate, the exact same substance that calcifies around and in your pineal gland. You see, your pineal gland is, in essence, a pearl. Calcium carbonate. Look at these images of the iridescent nacre of the pearl. This effect is structural, not pigment. It results from the refraction of light, causing a rainbow of colors. Is the rainbow really a reflection of something above us? Just like the rainbow we see in the pearls? Maybe even the firmament. In another dream where Jacob wrestled with God, he saw the face of God in a place called Peniel. Again, the pineal-induced dream state. Pearls before swine. Clean inside the unclean. The pearl inside the scallop or the oyster. It's all there. And the 12 gates of heaven, the 12 tribes of Israel, become the 12 intercranial nerves and the 12 ribs, exonerating us from these beast bodies once and for all as we enter the gates of heaven. You see, they found these calcium carbonate crystals inside of the pineal gland that look a lot like the surface of a pearl. They isolated these crystals from the organic matter in the pineal gland, and they found these cubic, hexagonal, and cylindrical morphologies. This is unbelievable. The crystal edges were sharp, but the surfaces were rough. And what they found was that these crystals were made out of calcite, and they're only found in the human body one other place, and that is in the otoconia of the structure of the inner ear. These crystals of the inner ear were once thought to be responsible for motion, but they think that this theory might have to be reevaluated because when they blindfolded an owl in zero gravity, it was able to keep its head level while the handler was rocking it back and forth. And so now they think that there is evidence that mammals retained some of their ancestral acoustic sensitivity with regard to these crystals in the inner ear, which means this has something to do with sound, hiding in plain sight in the center of your pineal gland.
Universe surround when you're ready to wait for us to leave this earth. Come on, they're calling the name. Don't know I could stay or leave off away, 'cause the comet can take us all the way through. To see everything looks the same. I don't know if change, 'cause the craving remains the same. Goodbye.
You are still